Hi, I am hella stressed this week and I just want to take some time for myself and draw something nice and calmly and peacefully. Alright, so for starters, I found this lovely lady's Instagram page. I just love her whole entire feed. The colors are so, I don't know, they just work together. I love her editing on her photos. So I found a photo of her that I will put up right up here. Alright, so I'm gonna start with the pose, if that works. Can you even see anything? Because I feel like this is probably pretty light in color. Okay, so I found another photo of hers that's this weird, like, short outfit. It has shorts and then like a blazer on top, and I like that look, so that's what I'm gonna go with. Alright, so I'm gonna make them a little high-waisted, and then we have the belt that cinches in right here, and then they kind of poof out from there. And maybe it would help if I actually drew her legs in here too before I start adding in the clothes. There we go, fabulous. There's one leg. Does that look okay? Does it look like her legs are actually coming out of her body or nah? Okay, I need to erase, let me find my eraser. I need to erase this leg and scooch it over a little bit more so it's a little more straight. Something like that. And then I think it'll look a little better. It's kind of cutting off on the bottom of the page here, but I think that looks fine. Wait, now that I feel like this leg is way too long compared to the other one. Should I fix the other one too? I don't want to because I like it. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna erase this leg once more, and then I'm just gonna bring it up a little more. So I'm gonna try to knee right there and then foot right here, and then kind of shorten it out a bit. Okay, I'm noticing that in the reference photo, her upper body is kind of leaning over a little bit more over to the side, but I don't feel like redrawing the whole entire upper body, so honestly I think I'm just going to leave it as is. Alright, and then now I'm gonna have a button-up shirt that's kind of like floofing out, and then the collar here somehow. I still don't really know how to draw collared shirts, but I'm gonna just wing it and hope for the best as usual. I kind of just want to not put that much effort into the hands and feet and kind of just leave them as blobs. Is that acceptable? You know, since I'm drawing with the green pencil, the hands and feet kind of look like weird leaf shapes. What if I just leave them as blobs and they're gonna be like leafy limbs? This is my new leafy limbed person. Okay, anyways, time for the head. So she's kind of looking down and squinting, so I don't need to make too much effort in adding details into the face. And now her hair is the perfect length so that I can cover up those awkward parts of the collar that I didn't really know how to draw. This is magical, mystical me from the future coming at you to tell you that right now you are watching me struggling for about 10 to 15 minutes with trying to figure out a background. So I feel like right now at this point I really like the background and where I was going with it, but I ended up going back and forth, erasing the whole entire thing, and then eventually using the background from one of my reference photos as the actual background in my illustration today. And I am just doing a very sloppy, quick job at just throwing in some random leaves and branches here. Okay, so we have that, and then I will draw some random little shrubs and little tiny leaves coming out of there. Alright, so now it is time to actually start doing the girl, and I think I'm going to start off with the face, because I usually like to get the face out of the way and then kind of scribble in the rest of it. I also recognize that this is kind of a strange angle that I'm recording in, but that is the best I can do right now because I need to focus on this face. And her bangs are also covering those eyebrows, so I don't really need to draw any eyebrows. Isn't that nice? Okay, and then now comes the hair, so make sure I covered up that awkward, weird collar spot. And now for the shirt, I'm going to draw in all these little wrinkles first. This hand actually kind of looks like a paintbrush or something weird like that. But moving on, oh, I made another mistake. This is what happens when you have really messy line art, but that's okay, because that's the look I'm going for. So I'm thinking maybe I could make it like a weird, really cool grayish skin tone. So not human at all. I'm sure some humans are gray. I'm not trying to exclude the gray humans on this earth. Ooh, I like that. I noticed that this leg that I'm painting right now looks like it's kind of bending, not the way it's supposed to be. But this is the nature of just quickly drawing something. I don't really care, honestly, and I just want to have a little bit of fun right now. Ooh, the more I'm doing this, the more I'm liking this color. But now I need to figure out another color palette that will work. I went outside the lines a little bit. That will work with what I've got going on so far. Maybe I can make her shirt kind of like a off-whitish color. So like a neutral, off-white, eggshell, whatever you want to call it, type of color. I think I'm just gonna go straight in on the shirt. Alright, so it kind of turned out like a little more pinkish, but I'm not mad about it. I like it quite a bit. Now let me think about what I can do for the pants. In the meantime, I decided to go with this really cool, like, purpley brownish color that I have going on over here, and I think I'm going to go in for the shorts as well as the hair in a slightly darker tone, since right now her skin is a mid-tone. Her, what's that called? Her shirt is fairly dark, so I wanted, or no, fairly light. What am I talking about? Her shirt is fairly light, so I wanted to go with the pants and the hair being fairly dark. So there's a little more contrast in it. So I'm just taking my standard brown that comes in my watercolor set, and then I'm gonna add a bunch of purple to it. And ta-da! We have this beautiful purpley brownish color. And I'm also thinking as I'm painting this, what color should the belt be and what color should the bag be? Because I originally wanted to make the bag dark as well, but now I don't really want it to blend in too much with the pants since they're right next to each other. Alright, so we have the pants, and then let me just lay down some color for her hair. So I'm gonna start with like a sap green maybe in the front here. And also, like in the reference photo, I think I'm going to make the ground like an earthy or like a gravel type, like a dirt gravel type color. Okay, fabulous, fabulous. I love it so far. Maybe I could start shading the skin. And I don't really know where the light source is, but I'm kind of just gonna wing it because that's what I do. Risky business, this watercolor painting. Okay, so I'll go a little like that, a little under the knee, and a little bit ankle and foot area. Something's still up with this leg, but it is too late to figure that out now. Especially with the shading. Yikes, that was a mistake. The more I go, the worse it's looking. Okay, let's try to be positive here. And very small amount of shading on the face since it is so small and I can't really squeeze too much detail in there. And then maybe some shading is needed in this shirt. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a little bit of that pants and hair color and just water it down and then use that as shading for my shirt. Okay, so first I'm going to go around my little branches and color those in so they pop out a little bit more on top of the shrub. Okay, now I'm just gonna like add in some random little darker parts to the bush. Alright, now I think I want to go in and do kind of like this color, like a yellow, watered down yellow ochre for the ground gravel area. I'm gonna add a little purple so to cool it down a bit. And I kind of am purposely making this patchy because of the gravel dirt type texture that I'm going for. So I am going to purposely leave some areas darker, some areas lighter, and all of that lovely stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and start doing the trees. So I think I'm gonna go back into that dark purpley color, water it down so it's not quite as dark, and use that for the tree trunks. Tree trunks? Tree trunks. Alright, for the trees in the background, I think I'm going to start off with a really watered down bluish green, so it looks like highlights, I guess, where the light is hitting it. Okay, so for the darker parts in the background, I'm going to start and kind of just blob on some of that darker color. So I think I'm just going to... I'm going to start darker on the outside and then slowly work lighter as we're going in. I think I just want to do some final touches with my colored pencils. So I think that's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to grab my greens and maybe start, I don't know, just start shading in, adding a little more detail in the tree line and in my little bushes down here. So what I'm trying to do right now is just kind of like scribble in some kind of bushy textures here and there, and also go around the leaves with a slightly darker color so it looks like they're popping out a bit more than they currently are. I don't know how to do this. Just like some weird circly pattern maybe? And then I'm going a little bit lighter handed towards the front or the bottom of the page where her feet are. And then maybe a little bit more detail to the pants as well, like the pockets. Did I even draw pockets on here? I don't know, but they're here now. And here is my finished painting, and I think that is it for today. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more if you're interested, and I'll see you later. Toodles!